Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. Let's open the file. Max is opening, so let me open the Max. We'll open our file. And yesterday we started doing that staircase. So today we'll unwrap it and texture it, and then import it to Unreal and place it wherever it's supposed to place.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt.
Tell me.
So, while we are creating some very small props, can we adjust the zoom of the zoom, sir?
No, that is something a bit tricky. We cannot do it, but something we can like there's a trick we can manage it. Like somehow we can zoom it slowly. That is something we can manage. So I'll show that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no. Usually what happens, it's a small asset. If you zoom in, it goes inside that or goes beyond that, so you cannot do anything, cannot manipulate things, right? Makes your life a little difficult.
Yes, sir.
So like suppose, let's see, I select this vertex and press Z, it will zoom in. I cannot see through anything. See, half things are not visible.
Sir.
In this case, what I can do is press Control and Alt together and middle mouse.
Can you repeat it, sir?
Control Alt
Control and Alt. Yes, sir.
together and middle mouse button, and then zoom in, zoom out. See?
Yes, sir.
So this makes it little easier to handle, but this function is not there in like Max. You cannot control the camera, like default camera. You cannot modify it. So based on the focal length, it changed. So easiest thing will be what you can do. Like this is one trick you can do. One more thing you can do is scale the model, make it big, and then model it, and then reduce the size, and wherever it's supposed to place it there.
Yes, sir.
That will be easy way to do it. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes. I don't know why it's Saturday. Because of Saturday, I guess that's why nobody is here. Like from morning only, all the classes, like I can see like half of the classes not there.
Yes, sir.
That I understand, but we have to cover because you lost three classes, right, this week.
Yes, sir.
So we like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there was no class because my system wasn't there. So now we cover up those things. So like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so 3 days we'll cover everything. From Monday we'll have usual classes. No.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have created one more prop in Max, the coffee grinder thing.
Okay. Okay, nice.
Sir, should I send it, sir? I have also unwrapped it.
Like if you have doubts, you could definitely send me. That's absolutely fine.
So, and is there any other way, sir? Because the props are so small, while unwrapping, sir, sometimes it get difficult to unwrap, sir.
Unwrapping it get difficult. I didn't understand this question.
So, while unwrapping, the props are so small in it that it gets difficult. We have to zoom so much to.
Oh, yes, that's what. Like create the model, scale the model.
Yes, sir.
Make it bigger 10 times, 20 times, make it bigger, or 100 times, make it bigger, and then unwrap it and you do whatever you want to do. Then before placement, scale it down, place it there.
Yes, sir.
That will be like solve your problem, that like scale issue, right? So that zooming issue, it will solve that problem.
Yes, sir. I'll do that, sir.
Okay, so now we have this staircase. Yesterday we kind of fixed everything, all parts and everything. Raj also joining. Okay, and we have placed this thing on the grid also. My pivot point is here, so everything is correct. Good afternoon, very good afternoon. So it's now we have to unwrap this thing. So this is like create everything, all the structure, basic structure separately. Make sure do not try to create the entire thing together, because that's how game environment, like bigger assets, doesn't work like that. In that you have to use modular pieces and repeat it. So UV, let's apply UV. So I have to unwrap this thing so I can see the staircase. I believe staircase is okay. First, I'll just select everything, separate all the maps. Now let me check. This is the entire staircase. It looks fine. I have to relax it. This is the another staircase. Looks fine. So I don't have to unwrap everything again. Relax. Corrected. Relax. Corrected. Now this section I have to this particular section I have to unwrap properly. So these two are ready. So I'll keep it wherever I will, just outside the this thing. And plus checker map, I have to apply a checker map here. So I have a checker map down in downloads. Yes, I have it down. Yeah, yeah. Just drag drop here. So I can see checker map and everything, and direction of the UV and all those things. Now I'll fix. So all whenever you're applying or creating UV, make sure apply a checker map. Without checker map, do not unwrap it, because then what will happen, end of it, you'll find there's some issues in checker or something, because there is nothing applied, so you cannot see it, right? So make sure apply checker map and then unwrap, because unwrapping your entire texturing depends upon your UV. If your UVs are not correct or anything wrong, your texturing will become problematic. So make sure like unwrap it very nicely.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now this part, this section, so I'll see this entire thing in multiple parts. So easiest thing will be for me, if I select this, if I flatten this, it will split the entire thing and match all the checkers. So now what I can do, this wall is supposed to be together only, because I cannot continue with this. So this wall and this edge can be combined. So select this one, stitch. So that is something I have to keep in mind always. So whenever we can do this, and this part, it's separate, break it, because it should be part of this area, this section. This is somewhere here, stitch it. Stitch it. I'll relax it later. So this thing is separate, this wall is separate, and this wall I can combine again with this. So less number of seams will give you a better result, better output, and plus you don't have to deal with less number of seams, because seams are absolutely not acceptable. If there is a seam in your texture, it's wrong. It's defeat the purpose of texturing. So that's why make sure in your thing there is no seam, visible seam. If it's hidden, it's okay. If it's visible, then it's a problem. So make sure it's not visible. Now let's see. Now we have this thing, and this staircase. If I want, I can come up, because yesterday I have welded this thing together. So if I want, I can definitely combine it together. But if I do that, the length of this UV will become really huge. So it will become very difficult for me to manage and place everything here properly. So I'll keep it like this. And now, okay, now this thing is corrected, and this side, this section, stitch it, stitch it. So everything I have stitched, and this inside wall also I have missed, stitch it. So everything is stitched properly. There is no issue at all. Isolate your model. Yeah, this part I missed. So I can connect it with the any of the side, only one side. You don't have to connect with all the sides. Now, most of things are ready. Let's see. Select this, relax, relax it. Iteration, I think 1. Okay, it's relaxed, everything is clean. I have to double check, is there any stretch? Like here it looks like a stretch, but it's just bending. The direction of the UV is changing. It looks like stretch, but it's not stretched. All the UV, everything checker looks fine throughout the model. Select all of them, pack it. This is like automatic packing. But if I do this, what happens? I can see this is angular, a lot of UV space waste. I'll try to do it once again. Oh, sorry. So if I do it, see it's rotated nicely. So still I can see a lot of space wasting. That is something we need to keep in mind. Like UV space wastage is not acceptable. Like until now, unless like it's there is no other way to fill it. No other way to fill it, then only we can go for this. But if we can fix something, we can do something about it, we will definitely do it and fix this thing. So let's see what we can do. So this is a staircase. So all this stair and texture will be same, right? And one thing, there's one step missing. How did this happen? I pushed it, I did something here. Okay, I'll check it. How come this thing become like this? Rest everything is same. Okay, so now I want to use a maximum UV areas. So in that case, now I see what I can do here. So I can see this wall. They suppose like in real life, we go to a metro station or some station, usually exterior wall are different, plaster, your paint or something. And staircase inside all this thing can be different, but not necessarily. And this part also plastered properly. So what I can do is here, I previously stitched this one and this one, right? So I can, if I separate them, break them and pack it again, so I'll fill little space, but still it's not absolutely correct. Still there's a lot of wastage. So wastage is something absolutely no. So I'll undo it. So I can see there is space waste and space wastage. So that means either I have to create some other props, like in my scene there will be props, right? There will be light or some other stuff will be there. So what I'll do, I'll create a prop or something and place that UV in this thing and make sure this align nicely. And I'll use a texture. I can keep the model separate, but I can have same texture for the for this thing, that particular prop. So I'll just double check my reference. Let's see what we can do about it. Because that is something we need to keep in mind always. Like UV wastage we should not waste any UV. My references. Oh, thank God. So let's see what can be done. Oh, we have this grills also. This is also have to create. Okay. Okay, this pillar is there. Yeah. Okay. Pillar I have model already. So pillar I can put it there, or maybe I can create this thing. Let me see what can be done. We have a lot of assets to create. Oh, there is a texture. You can see this thing, but this I'll create directly in a texture. Side walls is fine. This is fine. What I can create, all these small posters and all those things I can create. Oh, this part I missed this section. This section I haven't modeled it. Okay, if I model this, it will extend my mesh, and plus I most probably I'll be able to fill that gap. So let's create that thing quickly. Cylinder, top view. Oh, sorry, I took sphere accidentally. So this thing, semicircle, half. I don't need the side loops and all this nonsense. Right click polygons, delete this one, delete this one, delete this one, and oh, base is there, still there. Delete this one. So I have this half semicircular shape. So I need to align this with this one perfectly. So I'll go to pivot point, effect pivot, and switch on my snapping. Right click, vertex snap is on. So first thing, I'll move this, snap it here. My pivot is snapped to this corner. Now I'll exit this, and now still my vertex snap is on. I'll snap it here. So now these two are perfectly snapped. You can see there is no problem at all. Double check, no problem. Switch off is snapping. Height of this thing, I feel the height of this thing is less. It can be slightly bigger, the overall this thing, because this is supposed to support you and like for safety, right? So I can increase this. That means overall in my model, I have to modify a couple of things. Select this, all the sides together and move it up. So now I have this wide. This thing is looks little bit too much. Okay, then if I want to create this thing, so proportionately stair looks small, right? So I have to modify this thing because this is something very important. Your everything should be proportionate correctly. So double check always whenever you create this thing, double check everything, make everything proportionate, clean everything. Now it looks much better. So now I have increased the size, so UV size also will change. So I guess we'll be able to fit this thing, and plus this thing will also extend. These two will also extend. So what I'll do here is, sorry, my bad, not this one, this model. So for this to create this thing, this is because it's again a wall, there should be a thickness. So I'll shell it, because if I do it manually, it will become little problematic. If I do it automated with shell and all, it will give me proper result. And this is way too thick. Somewhat similar to this thickness. Slightly unevenness is okay. Collapse it. Always use polygon. Delete this. And these two things supposed to weld each other. It's supposed to be welded with this thing and super clean geometry. So let's see what I can do here is, okay, just attach these two together, attach. So both the models are attached. Now it's same material, same texture, only this is, it's not welded. So what I'll do, select the entire thing, push it slightly, align it nicely. Now go to vertex, select this vertex. I can see two vertex selected, weld it, become one. Select this, weld it. So it becomes 1. This thing I'm keeping separate because if I weld it here, I have to create all these loops. So it will increase my poly count. So I am not going to, I'm keeping the staircase separate entirely. Now here you can see the thickness, the base, this wall thickness should be here, which is required. So what I'll do, I'll add a swift loop, polygon mode, modeling, geometry, edit, swift loop, somewhat at the same level. Roughly, when it's not if suppose it's not accurate, that is something we can manage later also easily. So I got this thickness, base thickness, polygon, deleted. So it's become hollow. So I got the base solid. This is welded nicely. Now edge, extrude this, vertex, select this tool. Where is my weld? Does it see weld doesn't work? So I'll go and increase the intake threshold. It's welded. So now this entire thing become continuous. It's completely continuous and clean. Now edge, push it here. First here, then one more here. I have to connect those things. Select these two. Weld, it should weld, it's welded. Perfect. So it become a clean geometry. There is no error in the geometry. Now I have to fill this gap also. Edge mode, select this one. Okay, first fill this basic. This one and this one. This one. Bridge them. This one, bridge them. This one, bridge, and this is again a quad. So I can just simply select the border and cap it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. It's a quad, perfectly fine, and it's correct. So this base is ready. Now exact same thing I'll do, and you can see I can just simply collapse it and make it a triangle, but that is not optimized way or correct way. This is the correct way. I'll try to always keep everything quads as much as possible. Whenever it's not possible, it's fine. Bridge, and border. Select the border, right click, cap it. Done. So I got this nice thickness. Now I have to fill this gap also. So select this, no border, sorry, edge. So I'll select this edge, this one, and this one, and this one. So I select all of them together, or scale it. Reason, this should align with this perfectly straight line. Now W, extend it,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, while you have done it like this, sir, when you will flip it in Unreal, sir, won't it get doubled?
No, I'll fix that. No, I'll fix that. This
Okay.
is, so I'm just creating the model. So after that, I'll delete the half. I'll delete half. I'll make it a symmetry and delete half. So I'll keep half model and then repeat it. Yeah, almost correct. Okay, select this one again, same thing, weld it, make sure everything is clean. Now we have this solid geometry. Now this thing I need to bridge these two. Bridge, done. This base doesn't matter. Oh, I need to connect it here, connect it here. So I'll connect that thing. So now I have this basic structure. Select this, weld. This thing is welded and done and correct. Now my basic structure is almost ready. Anyways, I have to keep it half. So you can see, but I feel this is like little smaller. But that is something I can modify later also. Let's see. So I'll apply a symmetry on this. X, flip, X, mirror. So you can see, I can create this thing like this. Once I'm happy with this, collapse it. Delete this section, delete this, delete the entire thing, done. So I have only and only half. And plus there is an unwanted edge here. That is something, if I want, I can definitely modify it, or I can keep it little center. I can do that. That would be nice. Move it slightly inside, just to retain the shape. My basic structure is ready. Now basic, because the basic shape is ready, but there are a lot of optimization is there. So let's see what I can do here. This one I can weld it here. Sorry, this one I can weld it here. And this particular thing also I can weld it here. Make it completely optimized. This point I can weld it here. This point I can weld it here. So you can see everything is optimized, and here I have to see. Okay, corner become clean. This corner become clean. Less number of polygons. Yeah, basic structure is ready. So now I guess it should be okay. Top view. I feel the arch, the circular, this balcony kind of thing is little smaller. So I'll make it slightly bigger. Because the character should be able to stand there and check everything. I'll make it little circular. Create this shape. Now, and this particular line also you can see it's not perfectly straight. You have to align it nicely. It should be perfect line. Yeah. So almost, see, everything is almost ready. I'll just double check this thing I have created. So this length I feel is too, it's little greater than this. So this length, top view, I'll go again, select this and push it. This length is greater. That those things, like, small things I have to keep and check this thing. Perspective. If I keep it here, let's see. But side railings and also I'll create separately. Okay. So now I have to UV this model. So basic structure is ready. And if I want, I can create the inside this let's say extension, this wall, this arch also have to create separately, obviously. Have to create this thing. So cover, and there should be little floor. There should be a little floor here. So what I'll do, I'll use a swift loop somewhere here, edge mode, edge mode, extrude that space. So we can keep the arch here and this will go inside. Then we have again staircase. So the basic structure is almost ready. And this is like what I'll do. Target will this one, not required. I can make it like really clean, because obviously like why you have to keep. I can make it just like this also. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a quad. It's a quad. So both are perfectly quad. My basic structure is ready. Now I have to unwrap it. So here, let's see. Staircase is separate. So let's see. Let's select other stuffs. Whatever I have extended. Select those extended extra part, whatever I have modeled right now. Right click, break it, separate. So I'll get my basic structure, basic thing should be same. Now for these things, I just have to right click, relax it, corrected. This is corrected, corrected, corrected. So everything I have to correct. And this part, let's see what I can do for this section. If I relax it, this base, this is fine, absolutely fine. This is all combined together, and this is my base. So this base should be part of this thing, and this part should be part of this thing. So this thing I can continue with this. Let's see what can be done. Select this, flatten it. Everything is clean, no problem. This, where is it? Okay. Edge mode, select this one. Stitch selected, corrected. This one is corrected now. Now we have this floor. So this floor and this section can be same. So that means, because usually staircase texture usually it's different and the floor is different. So let's double check our reference once again. I can see the floor here. Floor here. You see this section have a different texture. So this is what that means. The same texture will be here, separate, different texture. So that means I have to split the model from here. Sorry, my bad. Right click, break it. Select this one, stitch it. Stitched. So these two are together now. And if I want, I can separate this section also, just to like keep it separate and clean. I can definitely do that. And let's see. And now we have this section. So this section, if I want, this texture should be same. All right, one sec. Move it. Okay, it's okay, my bad. It's not welded. That's why it's not working. Yeah, two vertices welded, so if it doesn't work, yeah, now it's welded. This section also have two vertices. No, no, one vertex only. Now it should work. So whenever you, while UVing, you should be able to identify any error, any kind of problem in your model, any floating vertex, anything. Make sure fix it instantly. So now this entire flow is together. So it's super clean. This is correct. And this one stitched together. And this wall, if I want, I can continue this wall here, stitch it here, continuous this thing. Let me set everything first, then let's see. If I select this one, stitch selected, stitch selected, 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 and relax. So entire thing is together. So it will, texturing will become easy if it's together. And I can see it's not that some issue is there. Slight issue. So those things happens all the time. So I'll go and reset XFOAM, collapse. It should fix it. Sometimes that also doesn't fix, but that time you have to do it manually. It's not working, so I can see this part. So I can see that my this point is wrong. I need to fix this thing. And now I'll fix all of them, make it a straight line, make it a straight line. So all checkers will be perfect. It's little wavy, I can see, because all these lines are not straight. See, everything becomes super clean. Now same thing for this also. Clean, clean. So I can see my checkers are perfect. No distortion, nothing. This bend is there. That is absolutely fine, because that's because of I have straightened this line. But it will, while texturing, it will work without any problem. So I can see most of the things are almost ready. Let's save my file quickly. Yeah, so modified stage, this thing is modified. Is also modified. Oh, this base also I have to extend. That is something I missed it. So you can see like so many times I have to go back and forth and fix everything. top view. Yeah. Try to align it as much as possible or as close as possible. And this part is not visible, so it doesn't matter. It's like a staircase base. You see, this is like more gap, but that part is not visible, so it doesn't matter. It will look like from outside to look correct only. Oh no, this is changing the edge. Oh no, I cannot do it. It looks bad. So what I'll do is I'll just add a loop here and I'll take cut here and fix this problem. Okay. Delete this section. Top view. Now I can align this thing properly without any issue. So I got a thickness and everything. Save it. So like this, you have to identify all the parts and everything and model it nicely and keep everything clean. And when we are modeling, keep optimizing things. Keep optimizing things. Make sure there is no error in your model and base. I feel this double line is not required. So I can get rid of this line because that is not required. That's useless. And this point also useless. It's not needed. Same thing. I connected there, but it's not required. Anything that is not visible or anything, and this part will be concrete texture, so I can fix it. And to reduce the base part, you can see bottom, I have created this thing and fixed and modified everything because this will be least visible. This part will be visible. So if there is any shading issue, any problem, any triangulation, it might create problems. So main parts, keep it always quad, everything clean. And wherever you have the least visible areas, keep those things. You can add some triangles and all. Try to hide your triangles like on those like area where it's not visible. And similarly, this one, I can fix it. It's not required, it's useless, this point. F3. So I reduced it completely. One single solid geometry, everything is clean. It's a quad, there's one triangle. I cannot remove this edge or I cannot remove this edge, so I'm keeping it. So you can see like I'm fixing the model, so I have to fix the UV again, once again. I'll do those things and I'll unwrap it perfectly and then we'll start texturing. So I'll mark that and let's extend.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So, which image viewer do you use?
Which image?
Viewer you use?
Use what use? I didn't understand.
So, like in Irfan user, which one do you use?
Oh, I use a Pure Ref.
Pure ref. Okay, sir.
It's a free tool. You can download and use it because it have all the functionality. So it makes your life way easier.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me,
Yes. Tell me.
sir. I have a small.
You have a small note. Tell me.
Actually, sir, in my substance filter, edges are not working for me, sir. I don't know why it's not.
What is not working?
Edges, sir, edges.
Edges are not
Smooth
working.
edges. Yes, sir, smooth edges. I want to create a smooth edges in the book, sir. But whenever I use any smart mesh or something, it's not showing. And my curvature is fully empty after baking also.
Curvature is full empty.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it's not baking properly. Some baking issue, that means. So the if baking is not correct, that's why it's happening. So you're baking from your model, like using low poly as high poly, right?
Yes, sir.
You're taking that option and then using it.
Yes.
So still it's then I guess there is an issue. Try to close substance and redo it, or reset your UI and everything, and try to rebake it. Try to rebake the entire thing. Even if again it doesn't work, send me the file, the substance file. Mail me that, so I'll check.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Today I'll send it.
Okay.
I would have sent you every day, sir, but I'm using mobile data, so it's finishing all my GB.
Okay. No problem. So I'll send me whenever you have free time. Send me the file. I'll check it. Okay.
Today I'll send you.
Okay. No problem. No issues at all. Okay. So okay, then Kalte's time is also good. I have another class. So okay. So finish your create a model like this. Check each and everything while modifying your UV. That time also, if you see any error, fix it. Do not wait for me to point it out. If you can see it, fix it. Okay. If you if you're not able to see it and understand, then definitely I'll point it out, definitely. But if you can see it, fix it. Okay. Do not wait for me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll see you guys on Monday, and from Monday we'll have like an usual classes, like as per schedule. Okay. Bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.